If you've ever struggled with OCD checking, like checking the doors shut when you go out, checking your car a lot to make sure the lights are off and the windows shut, checking the stove, then you've probably heard of ERP therapy. But what actually is ERP therapy? And why do most therapists swear by it? And is it as scary as it sounds? And today I'm going to break down ERP in a non-scary, no pressure, simple way, so you can understand what it is, what it isn't, and whether you think it might help you. Hi, I'm Brian, and welcome to the OCD Loop, where we talk honestly about intrusive doubt and how to live with uncertainty without shame or fear. If you're new here, welcome, and please feel free to subscribe for calm, grounded content that makes OCD actually make sense. Okay, let's talk about ERP therapy. What ERP actually is. ERP stands for Exposure, Response and Prevention. Exposure. Face the fear or the thoughts that trigger your OCD. You do it in small and manageable steps. You do not go for the most extreme OCD part that you have first. You do not stop checking all at once. And if possible, always collaborate with a therapist while you're doing this. For example, if your biggest fear is checking the cars lot and you've hours doing it, and it's the one that brings you the most anxiety, do not do that first. But if on the other hand, it is your least one, do it first. I suppose the easiest way to explain it is the one that brings you the most anxiety when you're doing it, you do that last. The one that brings you the least anxiety when you're checking it, you do that first. Whatever you do, do not stop checking everything at once. You won't be able to handle it. Insane the amount of anxiety that you get. Examples of doing this, say you're checking your front door is your least anxiety producing one. What you would do, you would lock it, check it. If you can, walk away. Do not check straight away. Stop. Wait a bit. You feel the anxiety rise, and then it will come back down again on its own. Leave the house without rechecking. Or when you are doing your check-in, instead of going back and checking straight away, you can leave the uncertainty there just for a few seconds to slowly help your brain realize that you can do this. The response prevention is that you resist doing the ritual, you stay with the discomfort long enough to let the anxiety fall, and then you're teaching your own brain that it can handle the uncertainty little bit by little bit. And this over time weakens the OCD loop. What ERP is not. ERP is not forcing yourself into a panic. Do not jump straight into your biggest fear. It's not just stopping checking. It's not thought stopping. And it is not ignoring your anxiety. ERP is gradual, safe, structured, customized to your anxiety, and designed to make your brain less reactive. OCD wants 100% certainty, which is impossible. The ERP teaches your brain to tolerate doubt. Why ERP works. The OCD loop consists of doubt, anxiety, compulsion, relief, and then more doubt. And checking always feels like it's the solution. But the problem is, it just reinforces the fear. And ERP breaks that loop by showing your brain that nothing bad happens when you don't check, reducing the alarm system that goes off in your head, and it's also retraining your threat system. Over time, the anxiety will peak quite a lot, but then eventually it will reduce naturally. And then your brain learns that this wasn't danger, it was just discomfort. What ERP looks like checking OCD. A therapist might help you to build a fear ladder where you start from the least scary option and build up to the most scary option. But you use the word scary, that is what I feel like with it sometimes, or I felt like definitely at the beginning. And when you do this, you start with something tiny. For example, one of mine was checking the back door. You would check it once and walk away. You'll feel the anxiety rise, and you just let it build up and build up and build up. Let the thoughts in, let them do what they need to do, don't react to any of it, but just notice how you're feeling. Gradually, it will fall down on its own, and hopefully it will get easier. And also, as you're doing it as well, if you can't resist going to check, practice short pauses and then checking when it gets too bad, and do it again and again like that. And again, it did that with me, and hopefully it'll do it with you. Always reduce the check-in by taking the manageable steps, and like waiting a bit and resisting the urges before you check. challenge your responsibility thinking. For example, if you have a thought like, if I don't check this, something really bad's going to happen, like someone's going to break in. Challenge it with a thought like, will it really? I know I've just locked it, so will it really do that? And work on your uncertainty skills of letting your brain gradually get taught that it can deal with uncertainty. And for example, some exercises that worked for me were, if I went out somewhere, especially if I was going out for more than a day, I would take a picture of it, but I wouldn't check it again, but always delete the picture later. I would check the door a couple of times. Sometimes I would stand there and just wait for the urge to go, or if it got too much, I'd wait 10, 20 seconds or 30 seconds to check it again. Eventually, I would build up to the point where I could walk away. I could be standing there for 10, 15 minutes. Most of the time I could walk away. But again, only do that on the one that you're practicing at that time. Don't do it on everything. Just pick one little area, and just remember that ERP success does not mean never feeling doubt. It means just not obeying it. The part that nobody talks about, right? The ERP is going to feel very strange at first. It's because your brain is so used to feeling the uncertainty that it doesn't know how to deal with it. And you are going to slip. You are going to go backwards and forwards. It'll be like a little wiggly line going. Instead of having a straight line and you going straight across it, that is going to be your pathway, up and down like a yo-yo. There is going to be a lot of discomfort while you're rewiring your brain to handle this. And you don't have to be perfect. Again, slips are normal. Whilst doing the ERP and gradually rewiring my brain, I found that not doing the check-in feels unnatural, as it were. Because I've done it for good 30 odd years, maybe more, it just doesn't feel right. Even though it is, I'm starting to feel more relaxed, gradually working to feel right. And this is perfectly normal. Fast about it, trust me. It is perfectly normal. ERP is not about being fearless either. It's about being willing to do it. And you must be willing to move slowly and try over and over again. Small changes count. Delaying your urges by 5, 10, 20 seconds. Check less. So if you used to check about 10 or 20 times, see if you can make it less than that. Check 5, 7. Every time you check less and walk away sooner. Again, every small one of these steps is a win. Gradually teaching your brain that it can handle this. ERP is progress, not perfection. How to know if ERP might help you. You check locks, doors, windows, or even places repeatedly. You feel overwhelming responsibility. Or what if something bad happens because of me? You've tried logic, but logic doesn't work. Most people with OCD see meaningful improvements with ERP, even small ones. ERP is not about being fearless or forcing yourself to suffer. It's all about learning to live with uncertainty in a gentle, healthier way. If OCD checking is controlling your life, you deserve tools that actually help you break the loop and live your life. If this video helped you understand ERP, please give it a like. It really helps this channel reach more people who feel alone with OCD. And please subscribe to this channel for more grounded videos about OCD, doubt and recovery. And please let me know in the comments, would you like me to do a video on what ERP looks like in real life? Until next time, I'll say bye and please feel free to watch this video here. Cheers guys, take care, bye.